Okay, we're going to open the meeting of the Conservation Commission for April 17th, 2024. And the first case is going to be 308 Summers Road. A request for an extension. And we had forgotten, I apologize, that it was an RDA, not an NOI.
Oh.
You can't extend an RDA.
Okay.
So we're suggesting that Eric file an NOI,
Okay.
which it'll essentially copy the RDA you've already submitted. And send in a copy to DEP, send a copy to us, and there's instructions in there.
Okay.
And attach the materials that we gave you, which are copies of your stuff from before.
Thank you.
And an NOI can be extended any number of times.
Okay.
So, but the first round is 3 years.
Okay.
So you have 3 years before you have to ask for an extension,
I don't think it'll take.
but it's kind of a given.
Not that long.
If
I
it does,
wouldn't-
you could just keep extending it.
Yeah.
Come in a walker in 20 years. Right?
I would, if you don't have the conditions, I think I gave you a copy, but if you don't, that's really important. There's a condition that requires that you have the grading checked before you plant.
Okay.
Any engineer or any of the environmental consultants in town, the woman that did the initial evaluation, you could call her.
Yeah, probably the best, right?
She's pretty cheap.
All right.
So if she can do it, she's out in the Berkshires, but she comes down here. So,
Hey, there's a few questions that I have regarding it, which that'll end up coming in handy because there's some areas that I'm not even sure if it's correct or not. 'Cause
yeah,
based off the old owner and
yeah, she
I kinda missed-
can tell you whether, she was the one that did the peer review for the original one.
Okay.
And she advised some of the grades be changed.
Yep. From the-
She evaluated the planting, several of the other things. So she's really familiar with it. So there would be that, although it was a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
She'll remember.
Year and a half.
And if she can't, there's other guys around.
Okay.
That one. That's not a complicated thing, just to come and check it and make sure that it's the right grade.
Okay.
Because it is complicated. It's kind of a hole there.
It's a big area.
Yeah.
It's a really big area.
Okay, so I'm proposing that we continue until the next meeting with the presumption that we will approve the NOI when it comes back from DEP, so you don't have to come back
Okay.
So you're saying continue to
to
May 15th?
May 1st,
No, there's no
No.
meeting.
May 15th,
Oh.
15th, the same day as the
May
solar.
15th.
That's the solar.
That's the solar, so it's May.
I
May
thought-
1st. We do have a May 1st meeting.
No, we
There's like
don't.
10 things on it.
They canceled it. Roy,
No, we have all our other items on May 1st. We have like 5 things.
oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that either.
No.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Oh, there's one on the 15th, that solar.
That's the regular,
That's for the.
that's the
solar, yeah.
regular one usually.
That's usually our regular one, but it's going to be a solar one.
So you swapped them? Okay,
Yeah, we swapped.
all right.
So, but
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that either because I canceled the May 1st.
I sent an email out where I laid it all out in the different meetings.
Okay.
I'll send it again.
Still on my calendar, so.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Oh, yeah, I have it on here too.
You do May 1st?
Yeah, May 1st, water project, if nothing else.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the Scantic Valley Water Project's the biggest part of that. one.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it. So,
So is it May 1st or May 15th?
May 1st.
May 1st, all right. Sounds good.
May 1st for you.
Yes.
Yeah. But we could extend it if you want to June, just to be sure, in case it's not back from DEP by then.
That's only 3 weeks,
That's only,
Right.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So.
May 1st, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe the,
Well,
Well, we can have it earlier. We just can't have it later.
okay.
So,
Well, leave it for May 1st, and if it doesn't happen,
We'll continue it again.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
so get it back as quick as you can.
I'll do it tonight and have it turned in tomorrow.
Okay,
Work.
so one of them's
And it's
gotta go,
so-
one of them has to get mailed directly to DEP.
Okay, all right.
And that's the critical one because he has to make comments and assign it a number and then we can issue paper.
Okay,
So
That's what we'd be waiting for to get back.
we'll be waiting to get that piece of paper back.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, all in favor of a continuation to May 1st?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. All right,
all right, thank you guys very
Thank you for
much.
coming in.
Wonderful night.
And do call Bonnie if you have any questions.
Well, thank
It's a little longer than the form you.
I
did before.
might have some questions. So thank you guys very much.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
Good night.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All of a sudden, I'm losing my voice. I was fine before. Okay, the extension agreement for 530 Glendale.
Yep. On May 1st, so then we were going back and forth because Ty and Bond couldn't make it, then
Yeah, I'll
Rory
send you
couldn't
an
make
email.
it. All right, but there's no filing. I mean, because it's almost too late to get it in the paper. I don't have any RDAs or NOIs.
I don't know off the cuff. which
No,
ones,
there
but-
isn't any.
Okay.
So Scantic Valley Water is just a discussion.
Okay.
There's supposed to be.
I
an
don't know.
NOI
I
coming
just
in.
have a note that the big item though, that is Scanson
Yeah,
Valley.
she's been going back and forth.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to get that NOI a couple weeks ago, and then they sent it off to Mark. And then Mark wasn't happy with some items on the NOI, including abutters notifications. So then a fella came in and wanted to tell me that. And then he gave the abutters names to the company that was doing the NOI, and that's the last I've heard. Nothing.
Wow. Okay, well, if we don't have it by then,
I would
It's
need it
gonna-
now in order to get it in the
yeah,
paper.
I figure we're gonna have 2 solar meetings in June to get done so that we can be done. So, we'll just have to put it on top of a solar meeting.
Yeah,
Okay,
So what's the verdict then? No May 1?
well, Judy said that there was a lot of other things to do besides
there's
that.
several other things, so we'll let you know.
Okay. So it's in the air at the moment.
Yeah, if that's the only one that's critical, then we'll just
Mhm.
postpone all the rest. Okay,
Find anything. Doesn't mean I don't have.
Yeah, at some point I.
oh,
had
we
to
didn't
do my
sign the
calendar, so-
continuation for him.
That's right. Oh,
He agreed to it, he was
Yeah.
here, so.
here's the continuation for Rory. You signed it and Rory signed it.
Because between meetings, they called and said they weren't going to be done in time. And then when we moved it to
Yeah.
May 1st,
Yeah, I remember
turned
that.
out Jean
Rory
couldn't.
signed where
So
I'm
we had
supposed to
to move
sign.
it to May 5th.
Did he?
Yeah. So should I sign where Rory is?
Yeah, and then just
Just
put
do
the
some
little
arrows.
arrows things there.
I remember the cancellation of the second or the special April one. And then,
Yeah,
but I don't remember seeing anything about.
When did I extend it to, Greg?
On here,
Yeah,
May 15th.
May 15th.
From the 1st to the May 15th.
Okay,
That's what I remember.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
remember seeing that part. I remember going from April to May.
yeah. And then we went, so, okay. If anybody, if you guys that are going to go there need maps, do you want?
Yep.
I figured you might not have them. The
Well, I
more,
probably have a copy, but God knows.
Funny.
yeah,
Because it's been a couple of years.
okay, the more critical
Ted.
part is right now he's done the grading
Of which one are you talking about?
of 308.
Okay.
So Ted has the grading. I think I only brought one grading.
Is this the one you said you went to?
No,
What is this one?
it's the one that didn't answer me back.
308?
Yes, I've been there before. We've been there
Yeah.
before you were on there.
And there's an elaborate grading plan here in the back.
The old
So
owner.
Ted will bring it along with him.
Well, why don't you give it to one of them, just in case
Oh.
they can't,
Okay.
that'd be better.
Just so you know where this is, when you go down Summers Road and it's got curve,
Yeah.
we got Bradway over there,
Okay, so this is ready to send to Rory.
long driveway right here.
I did have
Right across the street, there's a
our
waterfall.
conditions.
Kibbe owns property
Does he? Okay.
and there's
Pass this
just
down.
past the sawmill,
I'll pass this
past the
on,
sawmill.
and then on the right.
These
Yeah.
are the conditions
It's all this in it.
for each of them.
The solar project that went in
Yeah.
up there,
Yeah.
that's back here.
Okay.
But this was all gravel pit.
All right.
One goes
so-
to you and one goes to you. Those are the conditions for
Okay,
Eric
yep.
when he originally
Oh,
filed.
we already have that. Okay.
I think I had them in
No,
your.
that's something different.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this gets sent to Rory tomorrow morning.
And what's,
That's
oh,
the
this is the grading.
That's the only one, so hang on to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have another one, but. Okay,
So you're gonna call him tomorrow and set up a date or thought we were gonna ask
With
him?
Eric,
Yeah,
um,
thought we were gonna ask him. already.
yeah, because I was wondering, I thought maybe you guys could give me two right now, but 2 dates between the two of you and then I'll give
Yeah.
him the 2 dates and he can
Okay,
pick
yeah.
one.
Right. I mean,
he's home, so.
So,
I don't care. Almost any afternoon.
Yeah, any
Fine by
afternoon.
me.
During the week, I
Yeah,
prefer.
when?
during the week,
Yeah, during the week,
You know.
absolutely.
late afternoon.
Yeah, well, right now he's home he's a cop.
Right.
And he's home on disability. All right, so
Time after 5,
yeah,
Yeah.
It works for him.
yeah, okay,
Doesn't get dark till 7:30, 7:40.
right,
That's
right.
true. It's an advantage in
Yep.
summer.
All right, so I'll, like maybe either, I don't know, Tuesday or Thursday next week,
Sure.
and then I'll let him pick.
Yeah.
And what do you say, 5:30? 5?
5 o'clock's fine with any, 4 to 5:30, yep.
Okay. Next
What day?
Tuesday
She's gonna give him Tuesday
or
or Thursday.
Thursday. I'll give him a choice,
Yeah, that works.
Okay. that's-
Wednesday's pickleball night. so-
5 o'clock
Oh,
PM. And then I'll give you guys a call.
All right.
Okay,
Okay, the next case is lot 24 on Ridge Road, parcel 241524.
When you want to.
DEP number 1730214. And he's filed for an extension. He's already had 6 years,
Hmm.
so we need to vote on, you need to decide.
what's the choice? What's
I gave him an
is there?
I gave him an extension for 3 more years. The last one, I did not bring the last one with me, but it wasn't 6 years.
Well, it's been 6 since the initial.
Right,
Yes.
The
right.
initial one.
So I gave
So 3 for the original.
Probably 3 and 3.
for the second.
his extension, the last extension was until November 7th, 2024. So I gave him one to November 6th, 2027.
I don't know if that's enough time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
right.
All he's trying to do is sell it.
yeah, we can only give
Done.
3 years max at a time. But I would like to suggest that he doesn't have a fence or boundary markers
No.
up.
No,
And we made it more leniently a fence because he wanted to put up a split rail fence instead of boundary markers. But I think at this point, since it's going to hang there for a while and all the rules might get lost, that it's important to get the boundary markers up.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he wants to put up a fence, that's fine, but the boundary
Yeah,
markers have
but
to go in.
It's gotta be.
And we shouldn't release the extension to him until that's
Well, he knew he was filing it early. I mean, it's not up until November.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, he's got
I'm not gonna agree with that.
so
to get that done and then he can have an extension.
just
Yeah.
let him know that, we'll sign it and you can hold it till
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
gets it done.
yeah, because like I said, I can hold it till November.
Yeah.
But no sense,
Let's make them put up the boundary mark
Yep.
first.
yeah,
I mean, the mark, the flags are still there,
are they?
but
Yeah, so they need to get them up before the flags finally die.
yeah.
I've had several people come into the office. On this one, Ted, I did have time, so just sign it and then print your name next to it. I didn't type them out. And you don't have to do 2 copies because he's not here. I can just copy that one.
Okay,
But I don't know, I might have told you already, but there was a, older couple that came in and they were interested in the lot, but they wanted a 1-story house, handicap accessible.
Mhm.
makes it hard to fit in there.
Lot wasn't big enough.
It'd have to be a tiny house.
Yeah, it's not very
Yeah.
big.
And then another fella came in. His last name began with an M. I don't quite remember. He was a builder. And, I explained a little bit about the lot. No, I can do anything. Well, he didn't, he backed out. So, I think that it's going to be very difficult to sell that lot. It's
He'd be
just,
better off to see if he could sell it to one of the neighbors or something.
yeah, and just
Have
keep
it.
it.
Yeah.
That's where it came
The
from.
guy across the
They
street,
cut it off the house next door to it.
Oh, the one on,
you can just sign anywhere. and
Glendale?
print.
or the one on,
The one, yeah, the one
on the other side of the,
Yeah.
yep, okay.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her property.
It would be,
And it really shouldn't have been a parcel. It's
No.
small.
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought most parcels had to be like 3/4 of an acre now or something.
I thought it was a full acre
It's a full.
well,
Oh,
in Hampden.
I think
I have
they
a half
included
acre.
the conservation section that's next to it.
yeah, they
And
did.
so
Yeah,
it
it's still part of the
officially
property,
met them, but.
Yeah,
just can't use it.
Yeah. Okay, so we sign that.
And we don't know what the planning board has approved or not approved.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have a CLTC. I'm gonna have to explain this because there's nobody else to explain.
Yeah.
But I have to be recused from the vote.
Honey,
Thank you.
Could you put up there the map from it? There's a whole large set of maps that goes with it, but I didn't print them out because I can't afford that much ink. But if somebody's interested in one particular one, you have printouts of of a compilation of the long version that goes to the CR people. And on the back of it, you have a short version. That's the version that's actually on the paper that you're going to be asked to sign.
okay, got it.
So you probably want to take some time to read that.
What do you want to?
Um, that'll do.
Where is this?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get you. a
it's,
map. An
South
overall
Road.
map.
Okay,
Okay, now, if you look at, that's, down where the orange ones are at the bottom,
yeah, South Road, okay.
okay?
Down here?
Okay, yeah, there's the Dickinson Farm, and then next to it, there's the Kibbe Farm, the purple one. And then right up above it is the Baloo property that she bought from Mr. Baloo, which was divided
Okay.
into 3 pieces, and she's conserved 2 of them already. And you'll see there's like a rectangular hole there to the right.
Yeah.
And this is the parcel that's in that hole.
The little white,
This
It's
white
a-
one right there?
Nope, over to the right. That one.
That
Okay.
one's
It's a
big.
40-acre parcel.
okay,
That will be the last of the Baloo parcel.
that is going to be,
It's going to be
Conserved.
conserved, put under a CR. And
Okay.
then it's privately owned. So she's entering it in the conservation land tax program. So after she gets the CR and all of that approved, she sends in all the material, and if they approve that, they send her back some tax money.
Okay,
It's a pretty good program. It's a way to
Yeah.
afford to conserve some of your property.
Now they have most of their own
But-
properties in a CR, don't they,
Yes,
as well?
that rectangle right above it is her property.
Mhm.
Actually, she owns all of this because she bought it with her retirement money to save it. And then she's
Oh.
been putting it under conservation. So she'll gradually sell it off as she retires, but it'll stay conserved. It has a couple of little lots down in the corner of it where they can actually put a house.
oh,
So she's living on this property?
Hmm,
She's living on this property?
Yeah.
yeah, she lives on the little rectangle that's her original
One
house.
that looks like Oklahoma?
Yeah,
right.
exactly. You could put one of the other ones up and they could get a better view of it maybe, because it's marked on the other ones. I just didn't have.
So they bought the whole 300 acres from Baloo?
I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it's a lot. The biggest one is 80, this one's 40,
Which
and
one?
there's another one. Try the, one of the open space conserved lands there. Okay. You can see it a little bit better here. It's not marked on that one either, but
You need one of those laser
yeah,
markers.
it's marked.
Yeah,
on this one.
pointer, yeah, laser.
Pass this one around.
You need a laser.
These are the ones I have to send in. There's like there's 8 different maps. There's like, or 10. There's all these, that. I sent you a thing about the biomap, and a lot of what has to
Yes.
get sent in is biomap stuff. Is it resilient? Is it
Okay.
conducive to a wildlife corridor? Is it what kind of habitat, what kind of animals live there, all that sort of stuff. So what she's asking for this evening is it's called a municipal certification. And you're saying that the land is worth conserving. That's what the small statement is all the different reasons that it's worth conserving. It's at the back of your page. There's a short one you can just read past. Did you get one, Greg? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want one, Bonnie?
Let me see.
The short one's on the back. Oh, wait. It's a 308.
Mhm. That looked familiar.
Oh, and maybe. Oh, here. Anyway, I didn't.
Well, there's a lot involved, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. It's pretty hairy. Because this is not the full set of maps, these were just the ones I thought might find interesting. But you can see all the different stuff. But you can see it's right in the middle of a lot of conservation dense areas. This is core habitat, it's right between.
Mhm.
This one is critical natural landscape.
What's the dark purple?
The dark purple is critical natural landscape. This is the color Connecticut makes it. This is rare species habitat. She's a little bit in it
Mhm.
and just to the edge of it. And here's the parcel with all the other ones I was talking about. You can see it has a little leg that goes in and then.
Yeah,
And there's a mountain right at the back of it in the middle.
yeah.
So there actually is a trail you can go in,
Read that, yeah, from
on
street, right?
this parcel on the left, and you can walk up to that. It's not going to be a public trail, but it
Yep.
will be
Yep.
for friends and visitors that
okay.
are,
Is
that
that
are
Pine
announced.
Mountain?
Yes,
Pine Mountain.
Pine Mountain.
It's on the backside though, of Pine Mountain.
It's right up in here, right in the middle of
Because
this back end.
Josh's trail goes up from Chapin Road.
Oh, no, that's a different one. There's
That's-
two Pine Mountains.
Two Pine Mountain?
There is?
Yeah, the other one's way down here.
Hmm.
It's right off the Dickinson place. Okay. This is her current, where her house is. All right, this one is, ecological integrity. These are the areas that have the best current habitat that's been kept whole, essentially not intruded on. And this parcel is right there. And you can see actually from the topography, that's where the mountain is. And this one is habitat ecosystems. It shows you that it's mostly pine, oak woods. This one is core habitat. Can't even see her house in here. And that's just what's in the core habitat. So you need to vote whether you feel that it justifies a conservation restriction.
And what is a conservation restriction mean?
Conservation restriction is the same thing we put on all our conserved public land.
Okay.
And it delineates very particularly for each parcel that gets one, what are considered the conservation values and the public values. And that's what all that write-up is, that's on the front there. And they go through all that and decide if it's worthy of being conserved, and the state essentially signs on to it, and then it gets conserved in perpetuity under the conditions that are written into the CR, which can include forestry if you want. It can include some other trails and things like that, fishing. Usually doesn't include being able to build anything
Right.
other than a educational center or
Mhm.
they almost always isolate an envelope for a house and a barn and all that kind of stuff
Mm.
separately. It wouldn't be on the CR, it would be on the envelope that's separate.
So we know these animals are here. They've been identified.
This one hasn't been biologically surveyed, but it has a baseline data report, which reports that there's habitat for those things.
Okay.
There's all the standard things there. There's foxes and hawks and falcons and
Fishers,
fishers.
bears. I know they've seen bears up there.
Yeah, bears, coyotes.
Those are all over the place.
Mm,
Yep.
They've seen those at the,
It does have a cold water stream across that arm in the front, and there have been wood turtles found in that stream.
Mm.
So it joins two other conserved parcels that the stream runs through. So that's a good thing. It would preserve that habitat.
So exactly what is the vote gonna, and how are you gonna present?
The vote says,
What is the wording?
it says, we, the undersigned Conservation Commission of Hampden, hereby certify that the proposed conservation restriction is in the public interest in that it, and that's the little paragraph I had you read,
Mhm.
has habitat for,
Mhm.
et cetera, et cetera.
So we need a motion?
I can't make it.
I'll make a motion to accept that as written.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, sorry.
Any
Can I see-
opposed?
Can I see it just for a second?
Unanimous.
Accept. To certify.
You can see.
You need that back?
Proposed conservation restriction, that's all,
Do you need this
Yeah,
back?
and then it has this on it.
right.
You
So
need-
I'm not gonna put all that in the minutes.
Yeah,
The signature?
yes.
Conservation restrictions.
This,
So is this
Step
one,
one of
is this
84.
extra?
yes,
Thanks.
What was that?
said this is step 1 of 84.
Wow.
There's a lot. But the first thing is to get it certified, to get all the conservation restrictions approved by the lawyers and all that kind of stuff. And then that goes to the state and gets approved. It goes back and forth a couple times. And then after she has that, then we get all the rest of the stuff together, the baseline data report and all that stuff, and send it all in again.
And she gets a tax write-off?
She
Mhm.
applied for this in 2021 and they have a waiting list, just came up this year. So it is a long process
Hmm.
and it'll be probably another year before she gets funds.
So like if she and Ken move or whatever, that land
Everything that's orange is conserved.
is still.
But there's still buildable parts of it.
Yeah,
It's
the
just-
front part of her parcel, the reason it looks like Oklahoma
Yeah,
is that box in where it's empty is where her house and her barn and her pool and
yeah.
everything else.
But I meant if she left and it was sold to somebody else,
It's still conserved in perpetuity, forever and
But-
ever.
Forever and ever. Nice.
can anything else be built on any of it?
Paths,
In the future.
wooded paths.
No buildings, so,
No
so
buildings.
somebody would buy it as part of the existing building.
Yeah, the idea of the
Yeah,
CLTC
okay.
is, it's like development rights
Yeah.
essentially. You're getting back money from the state for
Yeah.
lowering the value of your land by
Mhm.
taking some of it and putting it in isolation. Okay, Ted, do you want to say something about Eastbrook Bridge?
Oh. We haven't met for probably 6, 8 months on the MVP municipal vulnerability project for the Eastbrook Bridge over at Lappinbrook. And we started meeting again, because they finally got the design done, and I sent you a copy. And most of it's irrelevant to us, but there is one section I noted where there are how they're gonna, when they do the construction, the straw bales. and
Yeah,
stuff they
right.
gotta Put up. That's the only thing that's really relevant to us.
Yeah.
Other than your own curiosity.
Yeah.
The second part of that is in conjunction with the money that's come in to pay for all this design, and those design plans were there to come to the town. That a requirement of the state was to do some flooding mitigation, stormwater control, green infrastructure. I'm not sure the proper words, but think of it that way. And they're working with Mass Audubon / Lappinbrook to do some of it on their property, and there may be some on a couple of parcels upstream. One of them being the Glendale Road culvert that's way up where the piece of property we were just talking about. And there's one or two others. But anyhow, they have contracted with the Conway School in Northampton, used to be in the town of Conway, which is a master's degree program in environmental science. Mainly in landscaping, stormwater control, flood control, that type of stuff. So 2 students that are on this, and when I say students, I was misled. I was thinking of, 20
Children, yeah,
college,
right.
they're really
Yeah,
very
yeah.
adult,
Right.
and in this case happen to be, the 2 assignments happen to be male. Who are working on this to come up with some designs to help Mother Nature, if you will,
Yeah.
have places to flex
Yeah.
stormwater.
Hmm.
Also, if you think also of the old standby rain gardens to control your runoff, some of that plays into this. What do you do to have green infrastructure to help with flooding and stormwater, that type of stuff?
Yeah,
So in the Laughing Brook property, they're looking at maybe, this is a big maybe, taking out if not the pond at Laughing Brook is a concrete dam with flashboards above it that make the pond deeper. At a minimum, they hope to take off the flashboards. They may even come through and take out the dam totally and revert that man-made pond back to
the stream?
a wetland area, which is what it was. It
Oh.
was wetland area where the stream overflowed into when it got high. This is all supposition at this time.
sure.
They're working on that
Yeah.
design. But those are some of the ideas. The other ideas is to improve the drainage of the Laughing Brook parking lot, which if you go way, way, way back, was a semi-wetland area. And when they did all
Yeah, it
the
was a meadow.
reconstruction, they put in storm drains. But the storm drains were
That's what
done,
the building was.
and the building was there too. But the storm drains that are there were done in the 1960s version,
Oh,
which are very inadequate in this day and age.
Yeah.
Which is why, one of the reasons it floods a lot.
yeah.
So part of this is redesigning all those storm drains. And the reason they all come into play, because they're connected to the bridge. They outflow through the bridge abutments, at least partly. Some do, some don't. So that's how that all ties in. The bridge hopefully would be somewhat bigger, besides replacing the bridge
Yeah.
because it's old,
Yeah,
but also to make it more not a dam blockage to flood control.
right.
So all this all ties in. What's happened up to now is they now have a plan, a full design, all the costs, I don't know, 2.5 mil or something for the bridge, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then this master's degree school students are working on all this green infrastructure.
Yeah,
So they're meeting with us who are on this, town engineers on it, highway department, building department, that type of stuff. And there's some meetings scheduled. We're gonna be meeting with them, some in person, some on Zoom, as they go over their plans, and we kind of help direct them to what they're looking at, what they're gonna do. And hopefully at some point this year, we will have plans from them as to what's going on.
Now, we're supposed to sign a statement of support.
Yes, they want a statement of support on this. I
Do
sent
you have the
a-
form?
I didn't print it out. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
We can do it next meeting. Oh, wait a minute.
I thought she needed it by like.
She needed
Monday.
it, yeah. Is it
Is it in her email?
out quick from downstairs?
Where is it?
I sent you an email on it.
isn't there I got on my calendar is a meeting about it Tuesday on site?
Yeah, it could be.
Tuesday?
Top of my head, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
that's what I have in my calendar.
Yeah, could be.
They're meeting there to look at everything.
Does it?
I was gonna
is
go
it
to that.
Signed by all of us?
I think they want, just a representative.
So what do you want? You want me to make up a letter?
No, the
There is
letter.
one.
There is one?
There. It's in the email I sent you. You
I
just
should have
need-
printed it out. I didn't.
I didn't even print it out. Print it out and I think all we need is one signature, representative, and I could sign it if we print it.
You
I
could
can
sign it, Bonnie could sign it, whatever.
Okay, you want me to do it now?
If you can you find it real quick? Oh, let me see if I can find it
I'm
here
good.
for you.
Well, I'm sure I have it if you send it. I had people in my office almost all morning.
Hmm. Well, why don't you wait until, oh, you're not gonna be back in the office. Yeah, you'll be there tomorrow morning.
I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be
Yeah,
there Saturday.
so either send it to me and I'll electronic sign it, or,
You're gonna be here Saturday
Yeah, I'm
anyway.
gonna be here Saturday.
So why don't we just do it
they
Saturday?
Yeah.
can sign it Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay,
What's it on? Is that?
that'll work.
And it's.
They're having a
that's
Earth
the letter
Day
of support.
thing.
Oh, it's right.
What
I
it
might go to that.
is, long story short on here,
The library.
we had a 2-year extension. There was 2 more years given to us,
Mhm,
but the state cut one of them.
mhm.
So we're now all
Every
that is
time cuts come around. we get,
drying up. So we have, they're like reapplying, if you will.
Okay,
And all that means is how much money's coming from the state, so the town's not paying the bill for all this design work.
mhm.
Yeah,
We're getting, well, we are a long way around. You're paying state taxes, but it's not an immediate bill, directly to the
Yeah.
town.
yeah,
So they want this by Monday?
Without looking, I can't
yeah, I
remember.
think she said
Okay.
scan it and send it
Well,
to her.
then if if I have it ready, you sign it when we're both
Yeah.
gonna be here.
Yep,
And then I'll go downstairs and send it.
send it, yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay, all those in favor of signing the statement of support for the Eastbrook Bridge Municipal Vulnerability Program?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous.
Okay. As Bonnie was saying, there's this Library Echo Expo on Saturday, set up by the library. And there's going to be a table there that's going to have Concom and the Land Trust on it. I brought, these are for that.
I assumed.
And Bonnie's going to man it, and I guess Ted's going to
Yeah,
drop
I'll
by
be
if he can. And there's going to be a couple people from the commission there. I think trail workers probably.
The, somebody with the last name of Sullivan,
Yep, he's coming with his wife.
he's coming with his wife
Okay.
and they have some, yeah, they're bringing a lot
Yeah.
of stuff.
In the
for
back of
Land
this,
Trust.
I have some handouts that are kind of fun that are
It's an Earth Day thing.
we're doing,
There.
we're looking for invasives. There's like a
For some
a
reason-
scavenger hunt.
Uh-huh.
Reason I thought it was
Another
at
thing
the
about
park.
how to take care of knotweed.
Okay. Yeah, not weed.
Yeah, good old knotweed. It's the non-using
Yeah.
poisons version. Nothing works perfectly, but it's that version. So just so you know. Okay, we need to officially accept John Cushman's resignation. He sent it in
Yeah, saw it.
a week or so ago.
He sent it in April 5th.
All
make
those in favor of accepting his resignation?
Aye.
Sadly, I would love
Reluctantly.
to keep him.
Reluctantly.
Yes, reluctantly,
Yeah.
for sure.
But we need to do it in order to have
You
a,
know, he did say that if he
Yeah, I know.
comes back
I
into the
understand.
area, he would be interested, so that might
I,
happen.
the reasoning is sound.
Yeah,
What's up with Andrew? Is he still?
yes, Andrew's still officially, it's just that he gets waylaid by
Yeah.
the electric stuff.
So he's not an associate?
He wants
He's
to
not, no,
become an
he's full.
associate, but he's holding off till we get things a little more
Oh.
settled,
But
right?
just the three of us
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
Judy gives quorum.
right.
so,
He's the only one missing.
Just a majority.
so yeah, it does make 5, so it means 3's a quorum now instead of
Yeah.
4, and that's an advantage.
I had Brian call him, the new town manager. I had him call John Cushman.
Yeah, so we got it
Ah.
written, because we've been kind of sending notes, not saying please quit, but saying if you're going to, we
Yeah,
need to know,
right.
so. What I have for May 1st is the Scantic Valley water improvements, Ballard Brook Bridge, the Laughing Brook Pond, I guess they were asking about taking off those frost boards,
yeah.
so they may,
That's what he was.
so they may specifically
As
ask
a
for that
start,
much of it.
they're looking
That's
at that. Longer term is take the dam out. That's a little more complex.
Are they coming into our meeting?
I don't
I don't know.
know.
There were.
I mean, they haven't filed anything.
Yeah.
No.
It's only, discussion at this point. I don't know if we'll make a decision in one of our next upcoming meetings.
I don't think that would even take an RDA. I think they just have to come and ask, and we have to say we're comfortable with it. But
I mean, that's gonna lower the water level, right?
Yeah.
it is.
But-
Mill pond follow-ups, and by then we should have some new WPA regulations. We haven't done the minutes yet, so we can go back.
No. Yeah, you all have the minutes.
Yeah.
The only thing I noticed is that I don't know if you heard where you went on discussion earlier, you don't have me and Andrew as absent from the previous meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We added that
Oh.
there.
You should list us as absent.
Just like that.
No,
What?
Just say absent Ted
Oh,
and Andrew.
Yeah, I never do. I never put in the
Well, you
address.
have in the past.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed you still got Cindy as associate over here too.
I know, I'm still using the,
Old paper.
I'm still using the letterhead.
Is it already pre-printed or should I just change it for you?
What?
The letterhead printer.
Yeah, change it. Cause you have to take off John Cushman also.
Yeah,
Cindy and.
Now, yeah.
I think I can. Some things are hard and some things
Where
are
is
not.
it? Where is it?
It's a print thing, so you just print it on when you're writing something else. But there, I have a copy of it that Bonnie sent me, so I can just revise it. I got tired of having her send me paper.
And all that stuff you do reimbursable by
Oh, what
Oh.
stuff?
your ink and
No,
paper and.
no, it's my donation to the town, but I print a lot of maps.
Yeah.
We use a lot of ink at my house.
Yeah, the color ink is
Yeah,
wicked.
See, and I don't have so much here, but my thing for conservation, I print a lot of paper for
Yeah, I know what you meant.
For senior center,
Yeah,
because of
Yeah,
treasurer, I'm
it's-
always printing, in my case, it's spreadsheets.
yeah.
Because I have to send it, I send electronic to the board, but a lot of this then don't use electronic, so I have to make paper copies for them.
Yeah.
I figure, they could pay me more, or I could just donate it.
As they told me the other day when I was here at the meeting, you'll give you a raise, 0 + 0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now, number 7 is, at that time, Rory wanted this special meeting to be moved from
yep,
April 3rd
Right,
to
yeah,
April
at the
1st.
time.
that's all that happened at the meeting, so you
Right.
can't,
Right,
so you
right.
can't, change.
No, I'm just
I'll
clarifying.
have to
Yeah,
put that in.
That is what happened then.
Yeah, for this meeting, you can say we signed the one because you
Right.
discussed blah, blah. Okay, looks good, except the thing that says it's attached isn't attached.
Yeah,
Well,
I saw that.
Refer to attached page.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's nothing attached.
It's the conditions that were supposed to go with 335 Wilbraham Road. It's the standard pool conditions. I can send you another copy.
Mm-hmm. No, I have it. I have a folder on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have, I was gonna put the attached page on. I have it. I'll put it in when I post it in the webpage, I'll make sure the attachment's there.
We changed them a little bit, so make sure you've got the new version. Okay. Is there anything else that we should cover? Nope. So our next meeting, will be the first. If we don't have anything official by then, I will let you know. Because I don't just want to have an extra meeting. And then the 15th will be a solar meeting. And
Right.
should be when they bring their presentation of the response to the peer review and to
Okay.
our comments and to the comments from Gary that we included as part of our comments. I put those on as part of the commission's response since it was solicited by Ted.
And what about the,
There is also, I also forwarded, comments that were solicited by a resident and submitted and, were quite good, actually. So we sent those along both to the peer reviewers and to, Rory and Nick. And they don't have to respond to them, but might be smart.
Mm,
so have you heard anything since you sent them,
No,
those comments
no.
from them, Rory?
Is that some of the comments that I've seen on Facebook? Possibly,
Well, these were,
not comments, but like a letter or something that was written. Somebody posted on Facebook.
Yeah, it was a written document. I'll forward it to you. I thought I did.
Maybe, but I think I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, Oh, but I should, because they're quite good. It was,
Yeah.
there was a lot that was, kind of the frontispiece stuff that we can't deal with, you know, that we should be disturbed with
Right.
and all that kind of stuff, but
Yep.
there, the specifics as to the engineering for the stormwater, were very good.
Did you make a motion to accept the minutes?
No, not yet. I move that we accept the minutes with the addition of the absence of Ted and Andrew and the attachment of the page for pool, our standard pool conditions.
Second.
Aye.
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 All approved. I'll take a motion to close the meeting.
Oh, wait, I have something that came in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this came in, and although this doesn't, totally pertain to us, it's, it Bedrock on Chapin Road is asking for, a special permit, special permit from the, zoning bylaws for a substandard frontage lot. And he's already, if you've been up there, he's already done most of the lots, but this lot does not have a lot of frontage on it. And so I'm just showing it to everybody, just so that, you'll know what he's doing. It's this lot here in the middle. He's got these,
Oh, yeah, he originally had that one was an estate lot. Looks like he shrank it a little bit.
well, problem is this is all, I looked it up, this is all under the CR.
Yes,
Oh,
But he has not a building lot at this time. And the same with here, this is all Audubon,
yeah.
and yet he has here, property not surveyed at this time. So, I mean, he's kind of like suggesting, you know, that this might not be totally protected, not that that matters. But anyway, this is the lot that he is going for a special permit on.
Yeah,
so it's just the front, the road frontage is.
Yeah, that's what it is, a road frontage,
and these are also
Right.
set aside as conservation.
right, and he's got that, he's got this marker here along with this and this and this. Which is a C, which is right here, conservation restriction line.
So when we do the survey, we're supposed to do every 3 years, or they're
Right.
gonna do it every year, that we need to check up on those things.
Yeah,
Make sure that they haven't gone.
Right.
Where they're not supposed to go.
yeah, so I just wanted you aware of that, in case you didn't follow or anything.
These are off, it's more on a map.
I know.
Remember those?
I still have them.
Okay.
I was drawn them before.
There. And then just one other thing I wanted to bring up, which isn't that important anymore, but I got Ted brought to the office a box of stuff that a woman named Burl Dalton on Scantic Road gave him. And some of it, a lot of it had to do with when the gas line went through town, but it also, she had a lot of folders on Native American artifacts and stuff that's been found in Hampden. And one of the folders actually had the addresses where the stuff was found. Well, so I was going through these, and one of the streets that came up is 530 Glendale Road.
Yeah. So, we have that
So-
letter, and I forwarded it to Connie as the historical commission.
Yeah,
She made a lot of calls and talked to a lot of people in the State House.
Mhm.
And they said if there is if there's any licensing required for something that they're working on, and I'm not sure what falls under licensing, whether a building permit or a planning board permit or a conservation permit, permit counts as licensing, but if there is, then they have to file a PNF, which means they have to file a form that has them look for those letters, and there is that letter.
Oh,
So it may come into play
yeah,
Mhm.
that it exists, and we want to make sure that we make people aware of it.
Yeah.
that,
It was one of these cases, she called me out of the blue, and said, do you want this? And
Yeah,
she's decluttering and we're trying to declutter. I want to say no.
yeah,
But I
but
said, no, give it to me.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I said, well, guess what? I'm gonna dump this on poor Bonnie.
so that, the note that's references that address,
Mhm.
is there a date on when? the
Um,
was found? You know, like, was it before that,
It's in the
That-
90s, I think.
that
it's
owner
not-
did all that
it-
racetrack
actually,
thing?
I guess they found some small artifacts which are now in a museum somewhere.
They're at the Springfield Museum.
What this,
Oh, no.
what the letter says is that
I don't see a date.
there is the possibility of prehistoric
96.
artifacts.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
In this area,
Yeah,
they're coded areas. So we don't know because they don't want to tell people where there might be artifacts.
right. No, I understand.
So, but in the coded area that falls under there, they said there might be prehistoric artifacts. There might be.
But what I'm asking is, was it done before whatever was done to put that racetrack in? Is that when they found, before that
Oh,
happened?
No, it was
Or
done for the
since.
pipeline.
1996.
Put in the pipeline.
Late 90s.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't know why they were over on Glendale.
I don't either, but
yeah.
that's when it was.
But anyway, yeah,
Okay, I was just curious.
yeah. And that racetrack went in 90, maybe.
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know.
85, I think.
But in any event, that,
So they found the stuff after that.
yeah,
So what does that mean for the solar project? They have to go through another layer of.
All it means is that they're probably required to file an official form. And in Boston, they'll go through all their papers and they'll say either they have to come out and look before
Yeah.
something happens or they don't.
Yeah. So
It doesn't
could-
really stop
could be one
anything,
more
it's just
step, But
Yeah.
a step, yeah,
But how does it get triggered now?
by filing the PNF.
Mm.
Right, but who forces them to file? How does, I mean, we.
I have to find out what kind of license. All
Yeah.
that Boston told Connie is that anything that requires a license requires a PNF.
but does
So
whatever.
I don't know, is a Concom permit a license?
Or
Is a
whatever else. they
building
get.
permit a license? What counts as a license?
Yeah.
So I'll just look up the PNF rules.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
part should be easy. And then I'm guessing it'll be planning board.
yeah, because it says here,
Interesting.
describe site type, and it says burial ground.
Burial ground?
Right here.
Wow.
That would be cool. Anyway,
Being recorded.
so that's there,
Right,
right? Well, I
interesting.
mean, if there's, I know they've found artifacts all over town.
Mm.
There was a bunch up by Mount Vision.
Expected, yeah.
There were, Jeff, who used to be chair of the commission, was very, very much into those artifacts and finding things of fishing, like fishing weights, and they found an old fishing boat in the side of the river that was preserved. in the
Right, I remember that, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and a bunch of cool stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's around town because we're right in the path
Yeah,
where
sure.
they used to move up and down every summer and winter.
Well, they probably follow the rivers.
Yeah,
The
they used
valley.
to burn a
Sure.
lot of this to keep it
Yeah.
near territory,
Mm.
so they came through.
Yep.
For summer, I think mostly.
Hmm.
All right,
One other quick thing, so, I mentioned earlier before we were sitting down, I was at the advisory hearing. And on the warrant, there is nothing about Concom and permanent agent. They have not made any decisions at all.
Oh,
So what happens after Judy and I leave, God knows.
have they,
I'm pretty
they,
disappointed about that.
I remember seeing something not too long ago that guy was still interested.
Yeah.
Anybody follow up on?
Town hasn't done nothing.
No, Brian has been down to my office. We've talked about it, the new
Yep.
manager.
Yep.
I also gave him, the name of, now I'm forgetting it. The kid that was on our commission and he had, he'd only been on for a little while and then he jumped to a job.
Oh,
Oh, the one that lived in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
yes,
Yes.
Brendan.
Brandon Garvey. It might have been before you, I'm not sure,
Yeah.
because he came on
We-
right after
Kind of
college.
interned with us and he actually identified a lot of the vernal pools in town.
Oh,
Yeah, I
as
gave
part of
him,
his, certification.
he's working in Bloomfield right now for a company along those lines. And I don't know, I did hear that he does live in this area now. He got married. But again, the salary
yeah.
is
right.
$70,000 if just one town takes it on. And I don't
Yeah.
think this town is gonna do that.
So I'm not sure.
So I don't know.
I just
Anyhow, I
beg
was
you both
surprised
not
there
to
was nothing there.
abandon
I
it.
was hoping for either
Yeah,
a position, announcement or
yeah.
salary
right.
change, because I asked him about the budget and there's zero in the budget.
Right.
Okay,
When are you guys
All
leaving?
right, huh?
When are you guys? leaving?
end of June.
Well,
Yeah.
after the solar,
But I have said that, if the solar runs an extra meeting,
Yeah, right.
whatever, I will definitely do that. I won't
Finish
leave
it
the
out,
solar
yeah.
unfinished.
yes, would be like Borrego.
Yeah, no way. So.
Mm.
I'm hoping that we can, that we'll be making a final vote at the end of June. But if there's like they can make an appeal or a resident can make an appeal, and that would require us to have a vote probably sometime in July.
Oh, there was one other thing on there for quote conservation. They had put in a moratorium on battery storage sites.
Yeah, I saw that.
And as it stands now, unless something changes, they're gonna have to pull it and have it a no vote because if I got it correctly, the planning board didn't do something.
Oh,
So it may not be a
yeah.
proper warrant article.
Yeah.
Also, they are worried about a decision in Boston that says you can't do moratoriums without some other language. So it may get tied up in legal problems and not be a valid warrant article. But they were trying to put a moratorium until they had time to do like they did for solar.
To
and
rewrite
actually
the laws.
Write some bylaws.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because we have no bylaws or
Battery storage.
battery
Or
storage
battery storage.
that isn't part of a solar project or a wind project. Because the battery storage doesn't use one of those. It just sits at the power line, sucks down juice during the day when it's low use and then goes back up into the line. So it's a whole different animal. And
Yeah.
we don't have a bylaw for that.
Do we have any in town?
Not yet, but we've had inquiries.
Oh,
Yeah, there's going to be battery storage on the landfill one.
well, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
But those
those are connected
those
to the
fall
solar.
under
And the
solar.
different
right.
one. Yeah,
The battery storage they're talking about and with all it
Is
is.
the
is
independent
battery
one.
storage.
Standalone.
Like we had the inquiry back a couple of years ago for East Long Meadow Road.
right at the side there at the borderline.
And then
They
someone.
wanted to put one back where the heron nests are.
Yeah, then there's been a inquiry for the opposite side of it. In the planning board for Allen Street. One of the
Allen
house
Street's
lots at
got a
the end, right at the
substation,
Hampton,
Yeah.
Saw Meadow line.
Yeah.
Has a bunch of acres and they've
Yeah.
inquired.
Oh,
So there is inquiries about that type of thing.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Not
at least
tied to
have a
solar,
roof
not
work
tied to
from.
wind, it's just
just the
battery
storage, yeah,
storage.
yeah.
So that was the other thing on the warrants that is probably gonna be a no,
That's too bad that
no,
it can't be.
a no vote because it's.
It's,
It'll have to get
legally-
put on for fall, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, all those in favor of adjourning?
I,
Aye,
What time is it? 7:02?
7:04.
okay.
So Judy, back
you all.
to May 1st. If I don't, it's too late now for me to get